I'm in here trying to eat my food and mind my business. And God is just reminding me of a couple different words. The one about Jezebel and don't let her near your man. And he was reminding me that in that dream we was in a church. And so the disguise, how they're able to... The disguise is coming in because you think it's a godly friendship. We was in a church. She was deceiving me in a church. Okay? That part, watch them. Second part, I've been inquiring, like, because some stuff just been off in my spirit. And sometimes I just don't trust myself. Like, maybe it's me being overly suspicious, or maybe it's me operating out of the spirit of rejection. But I have to be mindful of, like, where I am in life and continue to seek him. Like, okay, if I'm tripping, I had asked him the other day, like, they're just trying to butter me up, ain't they? Why was I just buttering up my McMuffin? And he brought that back to my mind. Like, yeah, they are. He expanded on it. So a lot of us are realizing, like, we're not in the people-pleasing phase anymore. Like, we don't do that. And so when you are trying to be a people-pleaser, the Holy Spirit is moving, okay? Because then he just... When you are in a people-pleasing state of mind, you are still seeking validation and confidence and all that from people. And so for a lot of us, we know that usually means, like, if somebody doesn't agree with what we're doing, if somebody doesn't approve, if somebody doesn't like it, then now I don't like it. When at the end of the day, that should come from God, his approval, if he likes it, if he likes you. Okay, the buttering up works if you were also in a place, I said people-pleasing, but it's that and seeking validation from others. So if you're there, that's how buttering up works, because they're making you feel good about yourself. They're building your confidence, but it's like, that's another tactic of the enemy. Okay. That's a different type of Jezebelic attack. It's kind of like love bombing. It is love bombing. And so for me, man, y'all know that saying that's like, you can't build a kingdom or empire or whatever with somebody that's still seeking attention from the village. That's breakthrough. That's why I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And you can't. Help me, Holy Spirit. Those people who he's not playing, because I've been inquiring about this for like a week now. Those people will butter you up, make you feel good about yourself, all of that, to just get in that place with you. To get in the kingdom with you, to be a part of what you're building, knowing that they don't have good intentions. And what he's bringing to my mind right now is Haman. I don't think Haman really showed his behind with Xerxes like that, right? Like, because we know, like, the mask got to fall off at some point, right? It was one of those ones where his didn't fall off until it fell off. And when it fell off, it was like, man, I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you and your dog. And I was trying to be funny like Scooby-Doo, but do y'all get what I'm saying? Some of our spouses are dealing with that. And when I say some of y'all are spouses, you probably is too. Because this whole time I was like, God, like, if you saying we going through the same thing, like, it got to be something slipping underneath the radar. Like, I just didn't feel right. And lately some stuff just been off to me. And I'm like, why has it been off? But when you're coming higher, stuff automatically got to fall off. It got to shake off. God's not going to allow it. Hidden agendas is what he just said. Okay. Haman had a hidden agenda. It might be some folks in your life that have, it ain't been no issues, right? Because we've already been through the crazy Jezebels. We've already been trying to defeat that, okay? But they might have been trying to butter you up. They've been buttering you up this whole time because they just trying to sneak on in. Next caller. We're not falling for it. Y'all, we can't afford to repeat these lessons. We can't. And it comes different ways. That's how you have to be tapped in with the Holy Spirit so that they can't disguise themselves and sneak in. Because that's been my thing. Like, the mask got to fall off, don't it? Because in the other situations, the mask fell off. Haman's mask didn't fall off until Haman's mask fell off. Okay? And it was like, I know that would have been me as Xerxes. I know you lying. Like, you've been up here buddy with me this whole time. I thought you was my dog. I thought you was my friend. You had a hidden agenda this whole time. You was only close to me because you wanted my spot. You wanted my... And that's what he been telling me. There's a reason I made that my Instagram caption the other day. They want my spot and they don't deserve it. It might be somebody around you that's like that. And I hear heart whispers. And so when I was hearing the heart whispers, I was like, nah, that can't be right, because they hadn't done nothing like too bad. And even in me saying that, it's been some red flags. Go ask the Holy Spirit to show it to you. It's been some red flags. I don't know who this is for, but I know it's been for me and my bestie, right? Like, Don't ignore it. It's right there. It's been under your nose this whole time. And I feel like if I'm catching on to it, my spouse got to be catching on to it because God already revealed to me his Haman. And I guess God hadn't showed him my Haman, which, whatever. But they be trying to butter you up and know that you cannot fool the Holy Spirit. Okay? We don't have time to repeat these lessons. It's not happening. And it was something else that I was going to tell y'all. Oh, he's sending in... the way he's sending in replacements is going to be so like swift and suddenly to the point to where like it ain't going to be like no grieving process like, man, I really thought no, because let's go, God. What happened when Haman's mask fell off though? Because it was really like Esther was supposed to be Xerxes' right-hand man. Esther knew what was going on. Esther had a relationship with the father. That's who needs to be your right-hand man, fellas, your wife. Vice versa, ladies, your husband, okay? We finna be clinging out here, okay? Okay, we finna be clinging to these spouses. You can't trust these folks and you build with your spouse. Now, I don't want to say like that you can't trust these folks, but you really can't trust these folks. Like, because you can't trust the demons, okay? You and your spouse are equally yoked. You and your spouse are at the same spiritual maturity level, okay? You and your friends, the people that God got closest to you, y'all are at the same spiritual maturity level. Because if you're not, it allows the devil to come in. So if I'm operating up here, you operate down there. I say that in all humility. Them demons can't touch me up here, but if I'm connected to you and they move it, nope, X-nay, no thank you, we're done. Next, okay? All right, that was real impromptu. I'm over here trying to eat my food so I can do the word I really want to do. And he talking about they buttering you up while I'm buttering up my McMuffin. The Holy Spirit is hilarious. But I had already asked him that the other day, like, they just trying to be slick, ain't they? Baby, you can try to butter me up, but you ain't slick. Ain't nobody slicker than the Holy Spirit. Try again. I had to add this in. We finna level up. This is one of them last tests. Cut them off. They are a threat to the throne. And once you recognize that, cut them off. God gave us two things at the beginning of the year. Play your position, protect the throne. You are disservicing your own union, staying connected to certain people. He was reminding me of two different things. He reminded me of one yesterday, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it. The one dream, and it was about to be showtime, and this one girl was finna come with me, and I was like, you ain't coming with me, sis. I'm not even going to give you all the details, but I knew she couldn't come. The other dream, okay, where my spouse was waiting for me to be alone because it was different things lingering, and I'm going to throw this in here. Sometimes I don't have like horrible intentions, but because they're not healed, because they're not whole, different spirits linger on them. And this was a dream in the spirit, right? So my spouse was waiting on me to be free from all that because it was some lingering things around me, and some things are lingering around you because of who you're connected to. Cut them off. Leveling up. Let's go. I'm ready to get married. Everybody stop playing with me. I'm ready. Your story really like me. That Haman that God identified to me is half the reason the witchcraft and stuff came against the union, because he was in the king's ear talking all this noise going against what God was saying. Okay. And that Haman know that he got to go because you have an anointed wife that's finna come and sit beside you at the throne. It's already off. You trying to sit at the throne with my man because what you and your wife doing? Why you worried about my man's throne? Oh, okay. So if you really like me, that's what your Haman was on. And if I think about it, the one I'm thinking like, nah, this might not be right, definitely in my ear concerning my spouse, okay? You supposed to be sitting at the throne, protecting the throne. It's y'all two. Y'all supposed to be clean together. Not you and your homegirl, not him and his homeboy, okay? When God said not too close, he meant that. That's why these spirits be moving. Folks think it's a game out here. It's not a game out here. They be moving.